Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Super Ninja Austin here. We're back in with some more wrestling news. And yes, sir, this is going to be very rare, but I'm going to start trying to do this on a weekly base of doing wrestling reviews every single day in the afternoon. Like, this is episode 82 of the SNA podcast, and this is the wrestling news video, part 19, which we're going to talk about the latest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know, and also, I'm gonna be reading the wrestling news on the article of Wrestle Talks. That's right. Yeah, make sure to watch it to the very end because it's gonna get more and more interesting into the wrestling world. And then we're gonna start off with some CM Punk wrestling news. Now is CM Punk backstage at Impact Wrestling in Chicago tapings, and it says following CM Punk's departure from AEW with his contracts being terminated with, because back on September 2nd, there has been a lot of speculations on what his future in wrestling may hold. While there has been a lot of speculations about Punk potentially returning to WWE at Survivor Series in Chicago next month. WWE are said to have rejected the chance to bring CM Punk back. And it also says right here on this article, Punk's noted friend Ace Steel was backstage at this past weekend's Impact Bound for Glory event, and the company even considered using Steel on screen, but opted against it due to not watching to accidentally tease CM Punk appearing on the show. In an update from House of Wrestling, yeah. While Punk was not present at Bound for Glory, he was backstage at last night's Impact Wrestling TV tapings in Chicago. Put Punk was said to have turned up turned up just before the tapings began at around 6:30 p.m. and was taken to the locker room area. Punk had previously attended an Impact event back in April, which created a lot of buzz as it was still in the where was I? Oh, there it is. It's still the fallout of the all-out media scrum incident prior to his AEW Collision return. While backstage, Punk was said to be talking with anyone who wanted to get some time with him, which included key key Impact talent that he spoke to thought throughout the taping. Punk's presence was said to have not phased any talent as they were more used to his presence after his visit earlier this year. One person who Punk did not get to spend much time with is Ace Steel, who also served as a producer at the tapings and was said to have been warming warmly received backstage and seemed happy to be back at work. And what you thought about CM Punk being a backstage at Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory event, and also the tapings for Impact for the upcoming episode this Thursday? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And do you think he's gonna the sign with Impact Wrestling as soon as his clauses expire, or do you think he's gonna be in WWE in next month at Survivor Series, despite what WWE said about not rejecting the chances of having CM Punk making his return? Yeah, just let me know down below. I think CM Punk was just doing this because it was for the fact that I was in his hometown, and plus he was at a Chicago. He was recently at a Chicago Hawks game as well from this past weekend, I believe. So that's a double reason why he was in Chicago, and that very exact same weekend was Impact Bound for Glory was on. Yeah, maybe he was there just to visit his hometown in Chicago, and he probably wanted to go to Impact Wrestling, like Bound for Glory, because he probably loves watching wrestling events in his home, or any events like sports events like hockey, maybe football and baseball and basketball perhaps, and also wrestling, like whoever events in Chicago at any weekend for the event, for the rare occasion. Or then again, he could be signing with Impact Wrestling. He's teasing that, or because he did say Ace Steel was there, because obviously he's the backstage producer, but he knew in Impact Wrestling considered him to be being an on-screen character, but he did not want to make it look like he's spoiling or even teasing and trolling the fans of CM Punk possibly could be joining Impact Wrestling, when it may or may not be the case, or even may not be the case entirely, I should say. And he probably is going to WWE. Like, any chances, like it could be any company, like if he's still interested in the professional wrestling industry. But we're gonna probably figure this out, like whatever the outcome may be, like whatever the results may be on the status of CM Punk, and if he's gonna sign with either of the companies. But let's move on to the next video. We're gonna article. We got some Rhea Ripley news now, as Rhea Ripley leaked major WWE plans update. And then it says right here, an update on plans for Rhea Ripley at Elimination Chamber has been revealed. Following comments from the Women's World Champion, WWE Elimination Chamber takes place on February 24th, 2024 in Perth, Australia at Optus Stadium. Yeah, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And in a recent interview with Z News, Seven News A Daily stated that Rhea Ripley will headline the main event of the premium live event. In our coverage of the story, it was noted that this shouldn't be seen as confirmation, as it was the news. It was the news outlet using those terms, and often non-wrestling outlets aren't actually being specific when they say things like that. Onto the House of Wrestling has provided an update of plans for Ripley at the upcoming Elimination Chamber, quoting one of their WWE sources saying, and it said, Rhea Ripley will be on the show, and creative will dictate and creative will dictate the match in match position. As as for the wording, as for the wording from Seven News a Daily, the source reportedly went on to say was this was saying local news doing what they do, but all good. House of Wrestling would go on to say that there has been internal praise towards Ripley for the promotion she is doing for the February PLE. Ripley will defend her WWE Women's World Championship at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia on November 4th against Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Raquel Rodriguez. On tonight's October 23rd edition of Monday Night Raw, which is my grandpa's birthday, of course. I'd love for you viewers to say happy birthday to my grandfather. But anyways, back to the news. She's set to appear alongside the Judgment Day as the group celebrates winning back the Undisputed Tag Team Championships last week in championship. And what do you think about Rhea Ripley possibly main eventing in her home country in Australia at this upcoming premium live event in Elimination Chambers? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Do you think it's just a rumor, or do you think this is a true one and everything's been spoiled and leaked out? Like, what's the next for Rhea Ripley in the next 4 months from now? And then I believe, even if they didn't spoil anything about Rhea Ripley, I believe this will main event Elimination Chambers, considering she's from Australia and she's currently the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. And it looks like she's going to hold that title until WrestleMania in 2024, WrestleMania 40 even. So I would say, yeah. So it's not really much of a spoiler. Like, it's just it's probably just some kind of rumors or prediction, but still, it kind of did spoil it. But even so, like, even if it didn't spoil anything, we would have knew that Rhea Ripley's definitely going to main event Australia and be the first ever Australian woman to main event a premium live event in WWE, especially in her home country. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys be the judge of that in the comment section down below. We're going to move on to the next. We're going to move on to the next news now. We got some Survivor Series news updates on WWE's plans for War Games team at Survivor Series 2023, which is next month, of course. This is where, according to this article, states an update on WWE's plans for War Games teams at Survivor Series 2023 on Saturday, November 25th, 2023, has emerged. With the backstage interaction between Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce on SmackDown, PQing fans interest on potential brand warfare in the future. It seems the situation won't boil over in a Survivor Series match at this Survivor Series, or it's gonna boil over a War Games match at Survivor Series. My apologies for the tongue tie, but anyways, according to reports from Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer, updates some speculations that was covered on his show was clarified by WWE source. Dave Meltzer wrote, on last night's show, based on an angle, we talked about the possibility of a Raw versus SmackDown War Games match at Survivor Series. We are told that right now the War Games match is not planned as a Raw versus SmackDown match. WWE has yet to confirm that there will be any War Games match at Survivor Series. Never mind the official teams, although the War Games is believed to be the plan, but uh, it's a Wrestle Talk will keep you updated with news to as it develops. What do you think about this news? About this could be a brand to brand. This could possibly be a brand versus brand Survivor Series War Games match, like Raw versus SmackDown, like their usual annual elimination SmackDown versus Raw match. But do you think it's going to be that, or they're going to have or it's going to be a traditional 5-on-5 elimination match, or and also it could be Team Judgment Day against the Team Baby Faces of Cody Rhodes and LA Knight, or anything like that. Yeah.
So can you put that on pause and come back and do it?
Okay. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Anyways, what do you think about this? Think about this possibly being the what do you think about this possibly being or I say, oh yeah, that's right, the Judgment Day taking on it could be the Judgment Day against Team Cody or Bloodline versus Team Cody or whoever. Like, y'all let me know down in the comments below where you think it could possibly be at this upcoming event in November, at the end of November, because at the beginning you got Crown Jewel. And then that's probably going to lead us to the next pay-per-view, which is Survivor Series, of course. But we're going to have to wait to see after what's going to happen, what's happening after the Crown Jewel event when it comes to a close, of course. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna do one more news before I take care of some family business once again. But I'm gonna come back and do some more news. But I'm gonna do one more, and then after that, I'm gonna take care of some family business, and I'm gonna gladly come back here and finish doing the rest. And right now, I got some Rhea Ripley news. Now, as Rhea Ripley has NSFW reactions to Jey Uso tribute, and then it says right here, Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley has had an explicit reaction to a fan tribute to depicting the women's world champion and Jey Uso together. And it says right here, the story of Rhea Ripley and Uso began in early September, with the former Bloodline member joining the WWE Raw brand or roster, I should say, in attracting the attention of Judgment Day. It was on the September 11th episode that Uso would find out that Rhea Ripley is a fan, while the fire may have cooled down. The fire may have cooled slightly, especially given Ripley's reaction to Uso turning down. Yeah, I'm ready. I'll be right out in 2 minutes. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. But anyway, they turned down a position in the Judgment Day. Fans aren't beyond dreaming of a future for the pair. There have been images that have popped up with Ripley and Uso happy to share them, such as his wedding themed one shared by Jey Uso. Ripley shared a recent fan image of her Instagram story, along with a question posting, what the Well, yeah, what the f like, but anyways, as can be seen from the screenshots below, the image shows a heavily pregnant Jey Uso, pregnant Jey Uso, and a very happy Rhea Ripley together on the beach. On the October 30th, 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw, the Judgment Day celebrates holding the gold by opening the show. It also been reported that Damian Priest will close the show with his main event match against Jey Uso. You can see the picture right here. And yeah, that's very odd. Like how can Jey Uso get pregnant if he's obviously a male? Like, I just don't get it. It's very bizarre. Like, Rhea Ripley is one bizarre woman child. But anyway, or one man child, I should say. But what do you think about this image of both her and Jimmy Uso? I'm not Jimmy, Jey Uso, main event Jey. My apologies, Jey. Getting the wrong Uso mixed up. But yeah, what do you think about this image of a pregnant Jey? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Into Rhea Ripley's Instagram story. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about more wrestling news as soon as I get back. I hope we all enjoyed this so far of a few wrestling news so far. And if you did, give me a huge thumbs up on this video. And I'll be right back. Super Ninja Austin, the Assassin's out for now.